guys, welcome back to the Funny Thing Is podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Birch, where every week I bring you a guest who shares a life-changing story, the medicine they took to get better, and the funniest lesson they learned along the way. Today is our last episode of the season, and it is a solo episode. We are going to round out 2025 with a bunch of gratitude, mostly for you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening, so much for sharing all the DMs that I get, especially the last few. We've had quite an uptick in listeners in the last 3 months, which has been amazing. And the messages that I get from you guys are so amazing. You guys are sharing your stories. I also hope that one of the messages that comes across from this podcast is to tell your story, to use your words, because if anything that I've learned, especially if you remember the Angelina Spicer, the Spicy Moms podcast, there's so many podcasts. If you remember anything, you're going to remember that when you silence yourself or you don't get to say what you want, or somebody says, oh, don't share that, honey, that's too raunchy, or that's too personal, or that is going to hinder you. It's going to keep you quiet. It's going to make you feel like you're suffocating, and then it's going to keep you from healing. So I hope you guys keep sharing your stories with me. I will never share any of them publicly unless, I do have some of you saying, hey, you can share this on the podcast, but that will come at a more appropriate time. But it's so thoughtful that you guys are willing to share that with me. And please, if you need to get it off your chest, I'm always here. I'm always listening. So you can always email me or DM me at through the Funny Thing Is podcast. Okay. So let's get to it. So things that I am grateful for. Okay. Obviously this podcast, the Petty Cash podcast studio in West Hollywood, the ability to fly in and out to where I can keep shooting these things, my husband, my daughter. One of the things about living in Kansas City and having more financial freedom and more time freedom and everything, with that, I don't know how to explain this, but my purpose is somehow shifting. Yes, I am writing a new show for Nurse Rachel. Yes, it's going live December 21st in Plano, Texas. It's our tester show, and then we're going to do 2 tester shows. It's going to be Nurse Rachel's tour called Stay Out My ER, of course, aptly named. And we're going to do 2 tester shows in January, and then in February, we go on a full national tour. Very excited about it. I don't want to sound like I'm not excited about it. I'm also going to be writing a book called The 7 Guys You Date Before You Get Married. If you've been watching for a long time, you guys know that it was a play that I did at the Groundlings Theater and then several other theaters. It ran for 15 months. But it was originally a book, and I just want to finish it. And I want to finish it now because now I'm married with kids. So it's time to get that thing on a shelf, and I'm so passionate about it that I'm ready to get it out there. And I also know I could probably write it in 2 weeks. That's how much information and how long we ran with it, that I know it would take, again, a little foundation time to get it out there. It's not that I'm not excited about both of those things. It is that sitting down to write it, I kind of stall. And instead I start thinking about family and being around my family more, and this sounds so stupid. Oh my God, I'm going to hate that. Cleaning the house and folding the laundry and kind of being Susie Homemaker. I don't think I'd ever be a full Susie Homemaker, but leaning into that aspect of my life has brought me so much joy recently. And it's so funny because last night was the Thanksgiving. This is going to air a little bit later, but it was Thanksgiving football game, and the Dallas Cowboys played the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, I'm from Kansas City, so I'm a Chiefs fan. My husband is from Dallas, Texas. He's a Cowboy fan, and we jokingly made a bet that if the Cowboys won, that I would have another baby, and then if the Chiefs won, that I wouldn't have to do that. And unfortunately, the Cowboys won, which means my husband's going to be pawing at me as soon as I leave this studio. So, but that also used to scare me. That kind of idea of extending your family. I'm obviously older now with my history with Everly. It's a little scary, but it's not what it was before. And I know what purpose comes with motherhood. So whether that happens or not, and it doesn't have to happen, but whether it happens or not, I'm in a place of receiving joy from that versus terror and fear. And I think that is only because I feel so supported now. because I'm in an environment. Remember, I said this to you guys when I first moved. I said, sometimes you have to get up off the couch. Sometimes you have to move. Sometimes your drama follows you. Mine didn't. And I was really careful with before leaving, making that decision. I wanted to make sure the stuff that was making me miserable here didn't just follow me to Kansas City, because I had to deal with that stuff head on. But a lot of the things that we were suffering with as a family were things that were directly tied to Los Angeles. And so financially, job opportunities, creative career opportunities were dwindling. But I didn't have a chance to do anything creative because I was trying to work all these other side hustles. And in Kansas City, that just doesn't exist. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful because you guys know I've been white knuckling it, going, oh my gosh, is my past trauma going to come find me? Is it just going to move where I moved? And it hasn't so far. It's been 5-6 months. And so that's doing really well. I'm grateful for co-parenting with Craig right now. I'm in Los Angeles because she's with him for the Thanksgiving holiday week, and we'll be flying back soon. I'm grateful that there was a mix up with our scheduling. I had sent him a thing and I said, we're going to leave on the 23rd. And then I sent another thing saying the 24th. And he had made plans for the 23rd, and whatever, it was just a mix up. And the way we speak to each other in text form is so beautiful, because he was like, you know what? I should have read both emails and I should have and I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. I wrote the 23rd, then the 24th. How confusing must that have been? He's like, you know what? This stuff happens. We're just going to power through. I'll just change some things. Are you sure? Is there anything I can do to help? Like, that's how we talk to each other. And I think, and I hope that Everly sees that in how we co-parent around her and with her. Because I think we're doing a really bang up job, to be honest. So, then let's see what else. What I hope for you in the new year is that you find joy, that you scroll through your phone 40% less. Just try 40% less. I know try 10%, but if you did 40% less, your life would change. You know it, and I know it. Doom scrolling is the worst. I would like for you, if you do write any negative comments, or if you have written any negative comments, I would like you to do that 100% less, because you don't need to do that. And even if it's not negative, I got a comment the other day. I might post it. I posted a video of Matt and I putting on those holiday sweatshirts, and his says, I come in peace, and mine says peace. And we say that my mom got me the sweatshirts, and my mom's oblivious to what those mean. And it went viral. It's got 17 million views between Facebook and Instagram right now. 17 million views. And the one comment I'm focusing on right now is this woman who wrote 3 paragraphs about my grammar. Because I said, me and Matt got these new shirts. And she was like, it's Matt and I. And then she explained how to know when it's Matt and I versus me and Matt. And then it was a whole dissertation on English lit, which is, or English grammar, which is fine. But I just kept reading it and I was like, how do I want to respond? And so usually I just don't respond, or I'll like it or whatever. And this one I wrote like my thumbs were on fire. And I was like, did you understand the intention? You understood the intention, right? So like, why do you also I'm a comedian. Also, I'm using vernacular that is relatable to the situation, where it's like, yeah, it's not going to be crisp and clean because we're messy and we're at my mom's house and we're like, it's supposed to be jovial. And then I delete it all because I don't post those anymore, but it feels good to get it out sometimes. And then I delete it. And then I just said, thanks. Because when somebody, and then I realized, as upset as I was at dude, don't give me a grammar dissertation off of a video that has 17 million views where people are laughing. You're the only person that said anything. And was my grammar shit? Yeah, it was fucking terrible. But you knew what the intention was, right? And there was no part of it that commented on the comedy of it or the context of it. It was just the grammar. And I realized, as angry as I was at her for not getting the fucking joke, is as angry as she is at people for not getting the fucking grammar. So you gotta let it go, because that's her hill she wants to die on. Mine's comedy. She just happened to piss over on my side of the aisle, which is fine. She can piss all she wants. But it's also like, oh, this is just something that's really important to her. It's super fucking annoying, but you just have to understand that like that's her thing and I got my thing. We all have our thing. And it wasn't like it was a negative comment. It was, preachy and teachy, but even those comments, just keep scrolling, guys. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. Let's see what else. Oh, thank you guys for buying merch. We had a big sale, a big old number come through last month. So thank you so much. You guys really like the sweatshirt, which I wasn't expecting. Not the one where it's a Nurse Rachel sweatshirt where it's just a picture of my face and it says "Stay out me yar." I thought it was going to be the one where there was a fist going through a rib cage. Because it said that I'd sold a bunch of sweatshirts and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then I looked and I realized it was the baby blue and I was like, yeah, because people probably can't walk around with the fist sweatshirt a lot. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So I'm excited for 2026. I'm not going to say it's my year because I don't think we should do that because we did that with 2025. And I'm excited to get back on the road and do those things. But I'm really excited to see how my life morphs under the stability of where we're at now. Again, I thought we would be building a house now or buying a brand new house. I thought we'd already be living in it, to be honest, because we moved in. It's December right now. It's just turning December. I thought that would be done. And now we just don't have a rush. There's just no rush where I felt like that's kind of what the energy was in LA the whole time. And I don't have that anymore. And it's just kind of like, let's see what's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. Giving a lot less fucks what people think. I'm getting much better about posting content, commenting on people's comments that are nice, and then kind of scrolling past negative ones. And then getting off of social media because it is, depending on your algorithm. And I would say this before 2026 starts, go through your apps if you are on them. And in the search bar, 10 times in a row, I want you to search positive affirmations or self-help or puppy dogs and kittens or something that brings you joy, travel, adventure, Kilimanjaro, like whatever it is that brings you joy, do 10 searches. That's going to help change your algorithm. So you're not watching war criminals or Dateline or Law and Order SVU, which I love. You guys know I love those shows. But it does totally change the dynamics of your brain and how you might feel during the day. So change it to where all your platforms have positive algorithms. Shoot it. The first thing I scroll on, if I just do 3 positive affirmations, positive quotes, and positive cliches, I did those 3 on Instagram. That was last night. The first thing I woke up to this morning was 3 photos of positive quotes or inspirational quotes. And I knew to stop scrolling after 3 because I was like, now it's going to go to my old algorithm, which is going to be like, did, the Real Housewives, did she cheat on her husband? It's like, oh, we got to get that out of there. So that's a piece of advice for you. But I mostly want to just say thank you. Thank you for sticking with me for 3 full seasons. We will be back in 2026, probably late January, early February. We're going to take a few weeks off. But I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I hope you guys really kick off. Please do your vision boards, preferably like the night of December 29th, 30th, 31st, if you don't go out for New Year's, which I don't, because I'm old now. But do your vision boards. What do you want to see your life looking like? Because this is the year you can go get it. You can give your permission to yourself to go get it. But more importantly, you can do it without putting pressure on yourself to have the best year of your life. Just shoot for a good year, right? And if you shoot for a good year and then you get that, hell yeah, then you shoot for the best year ever. But I think we've been putting too much pressure on ourselves the last, 2 administrations. So let's not do that. So you guys have a great holiday season and I'll see you when we come back. You can follow me at Nicole Birch Comedy. on all the socials and at NicoleComedy.com, where you can get your merch and all your Nurse Rachel information. We'll see you again next time. Have a great year.